Hey guys, so this is Richard from Unboxing NoCode. Today we are going to be checking out a product by Slack called Workflow Builder. So it looks like Slack released this product late last year, 2019, and I initially found this because I was looking at a product called Missions.ai, which it looks like Slack actually acquired and integrated, which became Workflow Builder. If I understand this correctly. So in any case, what I found interesting was that they basically built a Zapier kind of like product where you have triggers and actions all inside of Slack. And what's interesting to me is that it seems like based on the triggers, the actions can actually be interactable with the users in Slack. So I'm thinking kind of like embedded forms or something to that effect within Slack, which could be pretty interesting. I'm doing something similar with our project management system with Design Stack, but basically I'm kicking out into other applications where our designers will actually interact and like say a project is done or requirements are approved or whatever it is. So I'm really excited to check out Slack and see what the possibilities are. So this was the missions.ai homepage. When I clicked here to try to sign in with Slack, it basically just said, hey, like, we are not running this product anymore. You need to check out Workflow Automations or Workflow Builder by Slack. So here's the Workflow Builder. You'll see I'm actually in Portugal at the moment. That's why I'm on this international site. Workflow Builder here. So I haven't really played with this quite yet. There's a few like pre-built apps. I don't know what they're calling them, workflows, I suppose here, pre-built workflows. So let's say we want to, okay, approve travel requests. This sounds kind of like the direction that I'm thinking about. Um, Creating and publishing these workflows take less than 30 minutes. So yeah, you got a shortcut, create a form, send a message. Yeah, I don't really know how this is going to look like in the actual product, but so far this looks kind of nice. Reminds me a lot of Zapier and those types of workflows. So rather than reading all of their documentation, let's just jump into the app. So I've got Slack open over here, and this is our design stack, internal Slack that we use for our company. I created a new channel called Slack Workflows here, and before this call, I was actually playing around with Slack to try to find out how to open up workflows. So I actually found there's two ways to do it. You can click on this company name over here, and then go to Tools and Workflow Builder. That's one path. Another way to get there is to click on this lightning bolt called Shortcuts, and then create workflows. So we'll just go through the shortcuts today. Okay, give your workflow a name, gather incoming HR requests. I've never really done this before, so let's just go ahead and do what they suggest. Gather incoming HR requests. Let's hit next. Which channel? Slack workflows. Yep. Short name HR request. Okay, so let's see what we've got going on here. We've got this workflow kind of modal window going on. We have shortcut starts when someone selects HR request from the available shortcuts. Okay, so it seems like the trigger here is initiated by a person rather than like another application. Let's see what settings says. Put the title, an icon, collaborators. Okay, it seems like I can provide like edit permissions to other people on my team. Otherwise, I imagine other people will just be users of this app, this workflow, and delete this workflow. Okay. I can publish it. I can download the file. I can make a copy, delete, and go to the Help Center. Okay, sounds pretty reasonable. Let's see what my other options are in terms of this. Channel, add a shortcut name. Okay, basically the onboarding that we just did. So let's click on add a step. Oh, okay. So we've got our triggers, which I think seems like at this moment can only be initiated by users. I'd be curious to see if we can trigger something based off of like a form submission, or like someone fills out this form and a new row gets populated in Google Sheets, then initiate one of these workflows. That's where my head's spinning right now. I don't know if that's possible yet in this application. But let's go ahead and click here. So add a step, we have send message, sends a message to a channel or a person, or create a form. Okay, so let's try sending a message first and see what that looks like. Send this message to, let's see, send this message to person who clicked HR request. Okay, so it's got variables or data that you can pull in based on the user who actually initiated the workflow. Channel or workflow started. I see. Okay. Okay. So let's just do this and say hello. Thanks. Let's see what kind of variables we've got going on. Okay, there we go. So we can do hey. Wonder how this works. Name, person who clicked HR request. Mention, name, email. Okay, so you can actually, I guess this will just say the name, this will just say the email, and this will actually mention the person. Okay, so those are the different ways to update it. Hey, person who clicked HR request, we are about to process your request. We just need a bit of info from you. Include a button to this message. Clicking it will move people to the next step of the flow. Okay, so this is kind of like the stages of the workflow. Continue. Okay, let's see what happens there. When you're done building your workflow, publish it to make it available to use in Slack. Okay. That's pretty neat. So you've got the shortcut, then here's the message. That's what the message will say. And then it'll have this button, which the button text is customizable. So update or add request details, let's say. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Let's click on that. That doesn't do anything. So let's click on add step then. Create form in this situation. Send this form to the person who clicked add request details. Yes, that's what I want. Gather incoming HR request. Open form. Okay, I imagine I can, got it. I can change the button text here too. Okay. Request form. Add a question. What department are you in? Choose a question type. Okay, so we can include the types of information that people can actually put in. Short answer. Okay. And then let's say, what is your request? Curious to see what the list options are. Okay. Vacation. Let's say requesting vacation. Paid time off. Let's say, I don't know, IT request, something like that. Default selection, let's just say none right now. Send submitted responses to a channel or to someone in the DM. But that's pretty neat. Okay, so we can actually notify an individual person or an entire channel when this form has been submitted. Okay, so what's it say? I'll be notified personally. So one thing that I'm not sure about at the moment is in this send message step, I actually have this include a button. And so what I'm a bit confused about is it says you can add a button to this message, clicking it will move people to the next step of the workflow. Does that mean if I don't have this button, this won't happen? Click the button. So it broke. Person who clicked the button. Person who clicked HR request. Okay. So it seems like if I'm triggering off of this initial shortcut, then they'll get both the message and the form. And if it sounds like if I have that button in here in the send message, then this form will only appear when someone clicks on the button. So why don't we go ahead and test that right now? So my hypothesis at the moment is when I publish this application and I go back and I initiated the HR request, I'm going to get both the message and the form. Let's see if that works. Okay. Let's go to the shortcuts, HR request. Hey Richard, we're about to process your request. We just need a bit of information from you. Hello, to get started, please fill out this form. Okay, cool. So perfect. I got that's the message, and this is the form. Which department are you in? Let's call myself sales. What is your request? I need some time off. Submit. Okay. Now what's up? I think I should be notified. I wonder if it's an issue because it's myself who's supposed to get it, but then I filled out the form myself. Okay. Well, that seems, I'm not sure how to handle that one. Okay, so let's go back to the Zap. And how now my question is, how do I actually edit a workflow? Go back, perhaps, workflow builder. Gather HR request. Oh, this is the one I was trying to play with last night. Let's edit this. All right, so this time, let's just focus on one problem at a time. Let's include that button again. Okay, and so now I suspect, let's update this to only get triggered when someone clicks on the button. So what I'm hoping that will happen here is when I initiate an HR request, I'll first get this message, and then the form will only appear after I click on continue. I'm also curious what that text says. Hello, to get started. Gotcha. Okay, so let's try this out. Let's go back here. Let's go back into my Slack workflows, HR request. Okay, there's Slack bot. Just need a bit of info from you. Continue. Nice, nice. Okay, there you go. Now the form is there. Okay, perfect. So one thing is I want to update this text because it doesn't really, it sounds kind of weird to say, hello, to get started, please fill out this form after we already sent that initial message. I guess what you could do is just remove the message in the beginning and just update this text. That's probably the cleanest way to do it. But I kind of wanted to see what it would look like to have a two-step workflow. I'll kind of get the idea there. So now one thing that I'm still not sure about is where do the responses go? And I think that was indicated here. What is your request? Send responses. Maybe I'll just send responses here to Slack workflows and see what happens there. Let me also update this text to say, let's just say, please fill out this form and save, and then publish. Cool. Let's close that out. Let us go back to Slack workflows and start this again. Go over here. Hey, Richard, we're about to process a request. Okay, that's great. That's the initial intro. Hit continue. Okay, please have help this one. Great. Now, sales and requesting paid time off. Hey, there we go. So it appears, and I don't know if this is actually true or not, but it appears that the response doesn't get sent if the recipient is the person who's actually submitting the form. That seems to be a thing, but I'd probably have to dig into their help docs or reach out to customer support to actually find out if that's true. Let's check out Slack workflows. Request form submission from Richard. There you go. Wonder if they sent that to me. Nope, they never sent that to me. There we go. I think that covers it. Let's see if there's anything else to cover here. So I guess what's going on through my head right now is, can we trigger based off of other things rather than just a person? So a shortcut to give a team update, a quick way to send info, daily stand-ups. We just create, let's call this test. Shortcut, someone selects the workflow from available shortcuts. Someone joins, okay, these are all the different triggers. Someone joins a specific channel, someone adds a specific emoji reaction in a channel, scheduled time and date. Okay, webhook, here we go. Okay, so it seems like what the way they're handling external app integrations is through these webhooks. So let's see what that says. Create workflows using webhooks. Gotcha. Okay, that would be pretty interesting. I do think the natural progression here is probably for them to integrate with something like Zapier. Once they can connect with Zapier, then you can basically set up any trigger that you want. Like all of a sudden you can connect Slack to all of Zapier's applications, which is like tons. So that would be super, super powerful. But in the meantime, it seems like webhooks is your solution to connecting with outside applications, which isn't bad. So far, I mean, I think that this is a pretty cool application. It seems pretty easy to learn and it seems pretty powerful. I mean, like, I think in its first iteration, it seems like this is really good for streamlining existing workflows that your team's already doing, perhaps like sending forms or whatnot. I think what'll make this like incredibly powerful is when you can connect this out with other applications. For example, this form, rather than just sending the result over into this channel, what I really want is to connect this to like Google Sheets or some other external database like Airtable or a real database where these answers get piped over into something else that can be used in another operation, which could kick off a different workflow outside of Slack. So I think that would be super interesting. But so far, I'm pretty impressed with this. So that is Slack workflows or Slack workflow builder for today, guys. I'll catch you next time.